What's up, Bulldogs? All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to project sexual energy as a man. So a lot of you guys, you're complaining because you're doing what I've told you to do. You're going out there, you're approaching women, you are expressing an interest in women. You're not afraid of them anymore, okay? But you're still not getting results. What your problem is probably that you're not projecting sexual energy as a man. That's one of the key problems that I see. I talk to a lot of guys, I coach a lot of guys, and I listen to their actual interactions when they record them. It's not about what you say, okay? It's about how you say it, and more importantly, it's about how you make her feel. So that's what we're gonna be talking about in this video. If you guys are just joining me for the first time, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, how to get the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, how to go from the victim mindset to the Bulldog mindset. Click that subscribe button, join us on this quest. Also click the bell to get notifications so you see the new videos when they come out. And if you haven't already, take the Bulldog quiz. It's up here in the cards. There's also a link in the description. It will tell you what your Bulldog score is from 0 to 100, just 10 questions. Go ahead and do that now if you haven't already. All right, so we're gonna break into an email here I got, and this email originated from a discussion that was happening on the Bulldog Mindset membership Discord server. If you don't know what that is, check out the link up here in the cards. There's a link down below as well to get $7. Get the first month for just $7. Then it's $30 a month, $29 a month basically, for the Bulldog Mindset membership. Totally worth it. Best money that you will spend. I can almost guarantee that every month, because you're going to be getting all the kind of information that I'm giving you on this channel, plus more, and in-depth help, live Q&A, books to study, a group of men that are improving themselves and helping each other out. Really, really valuable, important. Just the Discord server alone is probably worth the price because we have so many valuable discussions on there. And I interact a lot. I ask a lot of questions. I was actually doing some coaching on there. That's where this email came from. So without further ado, go check it out, and let's jump into the email here. So he says, "Hey John, I believe we discussed this on Discord. I'm currently at the point in my game where I'm able to hook, plus insta-date girls, get a solid number, but I'm learning physical escalation, okay? So far, my model is simply having a, quote, extended handshake with a girl, putting my hand across her lower back for a few seconds, and if I feel she's really receptive and or feminine, I'd wrap my arm around her shoulder while we talk." Okay, fair enough. He says, "Of course, this doesn't happen all the time. Hell, most of the time, as I try to calibrate any sort of keno in set, my touches are too friendly with a mild sexual vibe to it to be considered a threat to girls." Okay, "I feel like I could do more. For example, when should I go for the kiss? What other escalation sequences can I do on an instant date or first date?" And, he goes on to say that he does like Todd V based structural game at night. He's looking for the daytime equivalent of that. He said it worked really well. So, I'm looking for the day game equivalent of that. So here's what I'll say. Okay. So first of all, a lot of the problem when I hear things like this is that a lot of you guys, what you're doing is you're taking the safe road. So when you're going up and talking to girls, right? So maybe you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're going up, you're approaching. That's good. You're going to have to approach as a man. Forget about choosing signals. That's ridiculous nonsense. You're going to have to step up and actually approach. But you're doing that, and you're not getting results. You're having conversations. You feel like girls are sort of hooking, but then they're dropping off, right? Or maybe you're going out on an instant date, like he's saying here, but then you don't hear from them, and it's not going any further from there. And maybe they're just giving these not interested vibes, even though it seemed like things were going well. Okay, so here's why. Because things are going well. You're doing a real good job of making her into a friend, and she likes you as a friend, and that's a great job, and good job, buddy. But is that what you really want? No. So why are you communicating that? Why is it that everything that you are appearing to this girl is you're doing it in a non-threatening, a friendly manner, instead of being the kind of dangerous, maybe bad guy that she would be sexually attracted to? Okay, so what you got to do is you've got to change not what you say, okay, not what your technique is. I'm not going to give you some magic, touch her here, do this. But what I want to do is I want to change your mindset so that the whole time that you're in interaction with the girl, you're thinking, I want to fuck the shit out of you. Okay, that's what you should be thinking. You should be thinking, you're so fucking hot. I just want to do bad things to you. But you're not saying those things, okay? Again, you're not saying those things, but you are saying them in every interaction, in every touch, and every word that you say, and every look that you make. You're saying that. So in fact, what I told the gentleman here that asked this question in the Discord server is, because I listened to his actual interactions. I said, look, this is what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to do this exercise. I want you to look in the mirror. All right. And I want you to stare into the mirror and I want you to say, I want to fuck the shit out of you. And then what I want you to do is I want you to say, I really like that dress you're wearing. But then I want you to say, I want to fuck the shit out of you while you're saying, I really like that dress you're wearing. So the whole time that you're in this interaction with the girl, I want you to be thinking to yourself, I want to fuck the shit out of you. I want you to be saying that without saying that. I want every look that you give her to indicate that. I want the touch that you give her when you touch her to indicate that, even though you're doing the same thing, okay? Because what you actually say, all right, is not so important. You could say whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. See, a lot of guys focus on what to say because they're trying to run some kind of trick, or they think that, you know, if they lead them in this direction, and there's some truth to it. There is some technique to it. But if what you're communicating is this idea of this sexual energy, okay? Now what's going to happen is that a lot of times girls are going to reject you off the bat. So you're not going to get an instant date with them. You're not going to get a very long interaction with them. You're not going to hook them because they're going to decide, oh, I don't want to, like, I see where this guy's going and I don't want to go down that road. And that's great because it's going to save you a lot of time because you're only going to hook and connect with and go on an instant date with girls who are actually interested in you because you're communicating that interest, right? You want to find out very quickly if a girl is going to be receptive to your sexual advances, okay? And the way to do that, and the way to do that in a calibrated way, that's not going to make you look like a creep, and make you look desperate, is to have it in your mind, okay? Your intent is, I want to fuck the shit out of you, okay? That's your intent, but what you're actually saying is just normal conversation. But your eyes, your touch, okay? The tone of your voice, just your posture of your body, just what's emanating from you is projecting that sexual energy as a man. That's the key thing. That's what a lot of you guys are missing. And so you're going up, you're talking to girls, and you're having conversations with them, but you're having mundane conversations. You're asking them about where they work and things like that. And that's why I say, like, make it funny, okay? Make it interesting. Make it something so that it's going to spike the emotions, because if you do that, okay, it's going to get your brain more out of that analytical mode, okay? But you don't even have to do that. You could ask interview questions. You can totally go into that mode. You know, obviously, if you combine the best of both worlds, if you're actually talking about something that is fun, that's more adventurous, if you're actually challenging her and pushing back and doing those things, then you're going to have a better interaction overall. But what's more important than the actual technical of what you're doing is how you're saying it. And that's the thing where a lot of you guys mess up. So what I want you to do is, like I said, is to practice that exercise. I want you to practice actually saying in the mirror, I want to fuck the shit out of you, okay? But I want you to really think that, and I want you to make the eye contact. I want you to feel that in every fiber of your being. And then when you actually go and you talk to a girl next time, don't just go up there and just say, okay, I succeeded because I just talked to her. And it's great for a beginner, right? When you're starting out, you're right. Give yourself a pat on the back just for overcoming your fear. But if you want to take things to the next level, you have to keep on moving out of your comfort zone, okay? Because you've gotten comfortable with just going up and approaching girls. That's fine, okay? But now you have to move out of your comfort zone and you have to make it very sexual from the very beginning. You have to be very clear. What is your intent? Okay. Again, this is not the same thing as saying, is being direct. Okay. Being direct is to go up to a girl and say, hey, wow, you're really attractive. I just had to stop you because, I just found you so attractive. And I just wanted to say hi to you. Okay. That's being direct, right? You can be direct and still not be sexual, okay? You can say those exact words, and it sounds like it's a script you're reading. It sounds like it's not really coming from your heart. It sounds like you don't really believe that, but you're just saying that as a way to start the discussion, and so it's going to lose its meaning. Whereas on the same token, you can say something completely mundane. You can just say, "Hey, how's it going?" But you can be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And you can communicate with that, "Hey, how's it going?" That directness that you try to communicate when you use direct words. You see what I'm saying? So it's really, really important that you focus more on the energy, the vibe that you're giving out, than the actual words that you're saying, and those words will tend to flow. So like I said, do the exercise, practice it in the mirror, okay? Practice doing that, but practice that in every fiber of your being, okay? When you're interacting with a woman, that you are communicating that you have a sexual interest in her. Okay. If you're doing that, then you're going to see how things change, because it can't go the way things have been going. Okay. If you're approaching, hundreds of girls or whatever, and you're having like mundane results, that's a problem. That means you're being too vanilla, okay? You're being too lukewarm. You're not actually presenting a sexual energy, okay? If you are getting blown out all the time, like it's going bad, that's good. That means you're actually doing it. That means you're actually taking a risk, or if you're having successful results, okay? But if you're somewhere in the middle, it means that you're not taking enough chances. It means you're not actually projecting that sexual energy, and that's the next step that you're gonna have to take. And it's gonna be just as hard of a step as it was for you to learn to just approach, because I know you probably had problems learning how to approach, and you were afraid to do that. You had a lot of fear involved in that, and that's fine. But the next step is now to actually put yourself out there. Okay, because it's one thing when you're hiding behind this buffer, when you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like do this thing and say these things, and this is how it's supposed to go. But it's another thing when you're actually putting yourself out there and you're actually showing a sexual interest, because now you can be rejected at a sexual level, okay? Being rejected at the surface level doesn't hurt so bad. It's not as hard of a thing to face, but being rejected at the sexual level, when you've put out that sexual energy and she has to really turn you down, see, that's the next fear that you guys got to face. So if you guys haven't already, join the Bulldog Mindset membership for $7 for the first month. You can get in here. There's a link in the cards. There's a link in the description down below as well. Like I said, this question came from Discord. We discussed it on there. The guy that actually left this question, he had actually posted some of the audio from his interactions, which was a great learning experience for everyone. I give some feedback on that. That's how I kind of came to this conclusion, because every time I heard him speaking to girls, I would hear that he's not really communicating in a very sexual tone. He's seeming to be this nice guy. He's seeming to be too friendly, too self-deprecating, laughing at himself, and just keeping things, trying to like keep the conversation going, as opposed to being direct, being who he is, and clearly communicating in his vibe and in his tone what he wants from that interaction. Very, very important. Make sure you click subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time.